Okay, so high-performing teams are essential in public administration because government services depend on coordinated efforts among employees. Siyempre, our supervisors play an important role in building teams that are collaborative, accountable, and results-oriented. The effective team leadership ensures that organizational goals are achieved efficiently while maintaining employee motivation and professionalism. Supervisor must understand team dynamics, leadership strategies, and performance management to develop effective teams. I now invite our presenter to discuss strategies for building and leading high-performing teams in public sector organizations. Go ahead.
Good morning, classmates. Good morning, Dean, and happy Valentine's Day to all. The topic I will discuss today is about building and leading high-performing teams. So let's define what is building and leading a high-performing team. It is the deliberate process of forming, developing, and guiding a group of people so they consistently achieve exceptional results, work collaboratively, and remain motivated and accountable while adapting to change. In simple terms, it means putting the right people together, setting clear direction, and providing effective leadership so the team performs at its best over time. So in today's dynamic and result-driven organizations, success depends not only on individual competence, but on the ability of teams to work collaboratively and perform at a high level. High-performing teams are those that consistently achieve goals, adapt to change, and deliver quality results while maintaining trust, engagement, and accountability among members in the whole team. So in high-performing team, it is a group of people with clear roles and complementary skills who are committed to a shared goal. They work well together, support innovation, and consistently deliver strong results while managing and preventing extreme or harmful opinions that could affect team performance. A high-performing teams must adapt to change. Leaders help teams respond to new challenges, policies, technologies, or stakeholders' needs by encouraging flexibility, innovation, and resilience. By staying motivated, accountable, and aligned with their goals, the team can consistently deliver exceptional results even in a changing environment. So, if we see a high-performing leader, it sets clear direction, inspires commitment, and enables teams to perform at their best while adapting to change. And a high-performing leader, it is in a government agency, sets clear targets, supports staff through training and guidance, and encourages teamwork across units, and ensures services are delivered efficiently and transparently to the public. At the center, we have the picture shows that what makes a high-performing team with unstoppable leadership. At the center is the team, and around are the 10 key qualities that help the team work well and succeed together. First key quality is alignment. If we see alignment, everyone should understand the same goals and works toward the same direction. Team alignment is the process of ensuring that all members of a team are unified in their understanding and commitment to the team's purpose, values, vision, goals, priorities, and roles. When a team is aligned, everyone is clear about what needs to be done, why it matters, and how they contribute to the overall objectives. These alignments foster a cohesive work environment where collaboration, efficiency, trust, and decision-making are enhanced, ultimately driving the team towards greater success. The second one quality is accountability. Each member takes responsibility for their tasks and actions. Accountability is willingly accepting responsibility for your actions. An accountable staffer owns their works and doesn't try to make excuses for themselves. If something goes wrong, they communicate honestly within their team about what happened rather than hiding the truth. Being accountable at work means you're setting goals and timelines. being proactive with your tasks, and setting clear exceptions for yourself. You acknowledge your mistakes, but you're also focused on strengthening your skills so they don't happen again. Accountability helps keep high-performing teams in tip-top condition. It inspires you to remain committed to a team goals, and then be attentive during time meetings, and never lose sight of growth. Another is collaboration. Team members help each other and work together, not in isolation. Collaboration is the process of multiple individuals or teams working together to achieve shared goals by leveraging each other's strengths and expertise. Effective collaboration fosters innovation, encourages creative problem solving, and enhances productivity. The next one is communication. Information is shared clearly, openly, and regularly in the team. Team members update each other on progress, brainstorm solutions to problems, and share feedback through meetings, emails, and chat platforms. The fifth one is trust. Team members rely on each other and feel safe to speak up and contribute. Trust is the backbone of every high-performing team. Without trust, collaboration breaks down, communication suffers, and productivity stalls. But when trust thrives, teams become resilient, motivated, and capable of overcoming any challenges together. The sixth one is engagement. People are motivated, involved, and committed to their work. Engaged employees are motivated to contribute to the success of the organization, then exhibit higher levels of productivity, and are more likely to stay with the organization. Involving employees in decision-making, problem-solving, and team activities fosters a sense of ownership and belonging. So the seventh one is innovation and creativity. The team is open to new ideas and better ways of doing things. High-performance innovation teams are essential because they drive creativity, problem-solving, and the development of groundbreaking ideas, which can lead to competitive advantages, growth, and success in today's rapidly dynamic environment. The eighth is feedback and learning. The team learns from experience, accepts feedback, and improves continuously. Feedback and learning are integral to high-performing teams, driving continuous improvement and collaboration. The ninth one is resilience. The team can adapt, recover, and stay strong during challenges. Resilience is a critical factor in building a high-performing teams. Organizations that cultivate adaptability, foster strong communication, and encourage continuous learning are better equipped to handle challenges, navigate changes, then maintain productivity. Team resilience is about collective strength, how well a group supports one another, maintain motivation, and find solution in an uncertain situations. The last one is results. All efforts lead to achieving targets and producing good outcomes. Great teams care more about the outcome than about who gets the credit. When everyone is committed to achieving shared goals, ego takes a backseat and collaboration takes the lead. Focus stays on delivering impact, not personal recognition. When a team has all these qualities working together, it becomes high-performing, a productive, motivated, and successful team. So, how to build a high-performing team? Building a high-performing team in government service means creating a strong foundation that allows employees to work efficiently, responsibly, and in line with public service values. There are 5 essential elements in building a high-performing team. First is, it should be clear purpose and goals. In government, teams must clearly understand their mandate, programs, and targets as stated in laws, executive orders, and agency plans. When goals are clear and aligned with organizational priorities, employees know what they are working toward and why their work matters to the public. Example, so since I am a BFAR employee, so in BFAR, it is mandated to develop, protect, and manage fisheries resources while supporting fisherfolk and ensuring food security. Yun po yung mandate sa amin. Then, the second one is right people and skills. Assigning the right personnel with the appropriate competencies ensures that tasks are done effectively. Matching skills to roles, whether technical, administrative, or field-based, helps improve efficiency and reduces errors in service delivery. Mismatching resulted to low productivity, job dissatisfaction, and underemployment, and also inefficient use of human resources. The third one is defined roles and expectations. Clearly defined roles prevent duplication of work and confusion. When every government employee knows what is expected of them and how the role contributes to the overall program, accountability and teamwork are strengthened. So the fourth one is shared values and culture. A high-performing government team is guided by integrity, professionalism, respect, and teamwork. Shared values build trust among employees and reinforce ethical behavior, which is essential in public services. The last one is systems and processes. Clear workflows, policies, and performance standards help employees perform their duties consistently and transparently, which established systems ensures compliance with government rules while supporting efficiency and quality service to stakeholders. Building a high-performing team in government service means aligning clear mandates within the right people, defined roles, shared public service values, and efficient systems so employees can deliver accountable and quality service. When skills are properly matched and expectations are clear, productivity improves and public trust is strengthened. The next one is leading a high-performing team. Leading a high-performing team in government focuses on sustaining and improving performance while ensuring accountability, transparency, and quality public service. There are 6 essential elements in leading a high-performing team. First is visionary and supportive leadership. Government leaders set a clear direction aligned with the agency's mandate and national goals. These inspire commitment by leading with integrity, providing guidance, and supporting employees in carrying out their duties effectively. The second one is effective communication. So, pabalik-balik po yung communication po, no? So, importante talaga yung communication for the organization. Then, open and clear communication ensures that policies, programs, and expectations are well understood. Then, regular dialogue, feedback, and coordination help prevent misunderstandings and strengthen teamwork across units and offices. The third one is empowerment and decision-making. Leaders empower employees by trusting them to take ownership of their tasks within improved policies and procedures. Allowing staff to participate in decision-making builds confidence, responsibility, and initiative. The fourth one is performance management. Monitoring outputs and outcomes ensures the targets are met and public resources are used efficiently. Leaders address performance gaps through guidance, corrective actions, and support rather than blame. The fifth one is coaching and development. Continuous learning through training, mentoring, and coaching helps employees improve their skills and adapt to changes in policies, technologies, and service delivery requirements. The last one is recognition and motivation. Acknowledging employees' contribution through commendations, incentives, or simple appreciation boosts morale, encourages good performance, and reinforces a culture of excellence in public service. Leading a high-performing team in government means guiding a sustaining performance through clear vision, open communication, employee empowerment, and effective performance management. By investing in coaching, development, and recognition, leaders promote accountability, transparency, and quality public service. So if we see executive leadership in high-performing team, executive leaderships plays a crucial role in building and leading a high-performing teams. Effective executive leaders are equipped with the right strategies and possess the confidence and skill to drive cohesive action within their teams. They set clear goals and ensures that their teams are aligned with the organization's vision and strategic objectives. Executive leaders also foster a culture of trust, transparency, and adaptability, which are essential for high-performing teams to thrive. By focusing on these key areas, organizations can develop executive teams that are not only skilled but also cohesive and aligned, ultimately leading to better organizational performance and success. So executive leadership is important because leaders guide teams to work well together and perform at their best. Good executive leaders know what to do and are confident in their decisions and help their teams move in the same direction. Declare explain goals so everyone understands what the organization wants to achieve, and they also build trust, encourage openness, and help the team adapt to changes. When leaders do these things, teams become more united, motivated, and effective, leading to better results and overall success for the organization. In supervisory development in high-performing team, so supervisory development strengthens the ability of supervisors to build and lead high-performing teams by equipping them with the skills to guide, motivate, and develop employees toward achieving organizational goals. So supervisory development helps supervisors strengthen their leadership, communication, and people management skills, enabling them to guide, motivate, and support their teams effectively. Through continuous learning and training, supervisors become better equipped to achieve organizational goals while better equipped to while maintaining accountability and positive workplace relationship. So in the real world, building and leading a high-performing team, it is a shared responsibility between executive leaders and supervisor, each playing a distinct but connected role. High performance happens when strategy, leadership, and daily supervision are aligned. Executive leadership in setting directions and cultures. At the executive leadership focuses on the big picture. The executive define the organization's vision. So what are some examples of organization's visions? In public sector, the organizational vision is, like example, to provide quality public service that improves the lives of our citizens. Another is to be a trusted organization that delivers efficient, transparent, and people-centered services. So a lot of example of organizational vision in the public sector. So another is priorities. What are the priorities in the bureaus or the departments? So example sa amin, sa Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, the BFAR's maintain priorities are increasing fish supply, helping fisher folk succeed, protecting aquatic resources, adapting to climate change, enforcing rules, and improving the whole fisheries value chain. So in every government department and bureaus, we have different priorities. So kailangan alam at klaro sa mga government employees natin kung ano-ano yung office priorities nila para maiwasan ang mali-maling interpretations. Another is values. So we have different values in government like such as integrity, being honest and doing what is right and at all times, accountability, taking responsibility for decisions and actions, transparency, service excellence, providing quality, efficient, and timely public service, professionalism, acting with competence, respect, and discipline, responsiveness, addressing the needs and concerns of the public promptly, and fairness and equity, treating everyone equally and without favoritism. Another is public trust, putting the welfare of the people above personal interests. So, in practice, this means clearly communicating organizational goals and expectations, then creating policies and systems that support teamwork and performance, then modeling ethical behavior, accountability, and professionalism. When executive lead effectively, employees understand where the organization is going and why their work matters. This clarity creates trust, alignment, and motivation across all levels. So, the government values guide public servants to serve the people honestly, fairly, and responsibly. So, in supervisory development naman, turning strategy into action, the supervisors operate at the front line where plans are translated into daily tasks and results. The supervisory development equips them to assign work based on skills and capacities, monitor performance and provide regular feedback, coach employees during actual work situations, and address performance gaps and workplace issues early. Then in real life, supervisors are the ones who shape employee experience, influence morale, and ensure consistent performance standards. High-performing teams emerge when executives provide clear directions, resources, and support, while supervisors implement policies fairly and consistently. Then flows both ways from leadership to staff and back. Performance expectations are reinforced at every level. This alignment ensures that employees are not confused by mixed messages and feel supported in achieving their targets. In real-world impact, when executive leadership and supervisory development are strong, teams become more engaged and accountable, collaboration improves across units, problems are resolved faster and more effectively, then organizations deliver better results and public service outcomes. So, like example sa settings namin sa B4, the executive will be our regional director and the supervisor are the chief in every division and also the provincial fishery officer in every provinces. So, the executive oversee the performance of the supervisor while the supervisors are the frontline in service delivery. So in assigning work based on skills and capacities, if the capacity of the employee is for the technical or for the administrative, doon dapat siya i-assign. But kailangan din nila mag-grow paunti-unti by providing trainings para mas lalo pa silang matuto. Then monitor performance and provide regular feedback. And every year po, the job order and contract services are evaluated through individual appraisals. So the job order, evaluate themselves, rate themselves, then the supervisor conduct door-to-door evaluation, and then feedback to the JOCOS or the job order and a contract of service employee. So the regular naman, evaluated through 6 months accomplishment by providing the individual performance, or we called it IPCR. Then in conclusion, building and leading high-performing teams is not a one-time effort, but a continuous real-world process that requires strong executive leadership and effective supervisory development working together. Executive leaders set the vision, direction, and organizational culture, while supervisors translate these into a day-to-day actions, guidance, and performance management. When leadership at all levels is aligned, team develop clear purpose, trust, accountability, and collaboration. Employees become more engaged, capable, and motivated to deliver quality results while adapting to change. In the public sector, this alignment is essential to ensure efficient service delivery, ethical governance, and responsible use of public resources. Ultimately, high-performing teams are built and sustained when leaders lead with clarity and integrity, and supervisors support, coach, and empower their people, turning organizational goals into consistent and meaningful outcomes for the organization and the public it serves. That's all po for my report, and these are my references. Thank you for your listening, and once again, happy Valentine's Day.
Okay. So high-performing teams demonstrate collaboration, accountability, and shared commitment to organizational goals. In a municipal health office, team members must coordinate vaccination programs efficiently And the supervisor ensures that tasks are clearly assigned and monitored. Team coordination improves efficiency and service delivery. Again, effective leadership strengthens team performance. Supervisor must create an environment that encourages teamwork and mutual respect. Let's say, for example, holding regular meetings allows employees to share updates and concerns. This improves communication and coordination. Employees become more engaged when they feel part of a team, and team cohesion strengthens organizational effectiveness. Strong teams contribute to better public service outcomes. A well-managed disaster response team ensure timely assistance to affected communities. You as supervisors who lead effectively improve organizational performance. High-performing teams strengthen government service quality and public trust.